Hey everybody, how you doing? It's your friend, it's your brother, it's me, it's Elder Follins. Thank God for you, you, and you. Well, today I'm not coming in as Elder Follins. I'm doing this podcast today. I normally do it with my co-host, my dear sister, my friend Melissa. But guess what? She's working and she has to do a whole lot of stuff nationally and internationally. So I'm coming on in with some wonderful, relevant topics on today. This is not long. Thank God for all of you who follow me in the prayers. You follow me with the nightcap noonday prayer. But I wanted to do something a little different. I wanted to come up with a podcast that features certain things that we can talk about, things that are relevant, things that everybody is trending, and some positive points that we can do, and just to let people know that we're not so spiritually minded till we know earthly good. So that's what it's all about. So guess what? Do me a favor, my sisters and my brothers, come on in, love, like, share, love, and like, and let's get into it today. I got some little hot topics I want to talk about. You can please comment. If you comment, I will highlight your topic. I will highlight your comment. I will highlight your thoughts, because this is a positive points podcast where we're just going to get together and talk about things that are going on, things that are beyond the church. I feel sorry for people who cannot balance themselves and always seem to just be limited in their conversation. That is what this is not. This is not that kind of thing today. We're going to come on and we're going to have some guests. I've arranged for a few guests to come on and help me and just talk about things that we need to talk about and bring those things into natural, because how can I say, bring those things into being, because they are affecting us, from political views to religious views to social statuses, all the way to financial things that we can do to cause us to be a little bit better. All right, let's get into it. Our first topic for today is something that that's really been trending. Really, everybody has been talking about it. And again, if you share your view, share your focus. Hey, Couch, what you doing, man? Text me, Couch. If you're not busy, I want to pull you in on this. If you got time to come on this show with me, uh, just text me that you could come in, and I'm going to send you an invite to come on. Because this is going to be a good. I love to hear my baby brother, Pastor Couch, give his view on certain things. But again, welcome. Let me see if I could put it up in the corner if I had. Welcome to the PowerPoints podcast. Normally, I would have my dear sister and friend with me, Sister Melissa Hardwick, but she's a wife, a mother, a CEO, COO of a major company. She's always traveling. She has a wonderful organization called Brown Girls in the Boardroom, and normally she would be with me. So we got to kind of get our scheduling together so she and I can come on again. But this is a personal edition of the PowerPoints podcast. But Pastor Couch, if you're still listening and you're able to come on, I'm gonna send you the invite so you can come on. But here's a topic that I want to talk about for now. And then we got another topic, and I'm gonna wish everybody happy Mother's Day. And I'm gonna log off any comments that you may have, anything that you want to share. I'm gonna highlight those comments, and I'm because I want you to take part in this as well. If I'm coming in clearly, if you can hear me clearly, I want you all to type in, I can hear you clear, keep going. Because sometimes with this little podcast stuff, the audio gets a little crazy. But I want to make sure that you guys are hearing me and hearing me loud and clear. All right. I appreciate you. So listen, this is the first thing that I want to discuss on today. And this is something that is affecting everybody, or everybody is talking about it. You can't help but do it. Hey, Brittany, good to see you as well. And that is the new Pope. We have a new Pope, Pope Leo. Pope Leo, and he is the first American Pope. Why is this so important? Because the Catholic Church, thank you, Christina, let me know that I'm coming in clear. Thank you, all of y'all. Why is this so important? This is so important. Hey, my Maddie, I need you to let me know what day you can come on with me too. I want you to come in. Let me know if you home sitting somewhere and you are able to log on. Let me know. Able to come on with me on the camera. I would love to have you on as well. Just message me and let me know if you come on. Like again, this is my podcast edition. This is not a prayer. We're going to talk about some things that are relevant and that's buzzing around. Hey, Bernadette, good to see you too. Love you dearly. But the first thing that I want to talk about is the new Pope, and this is an era of hope. This is an area of Yeah, Maddie, all I would need is for you to do is text me your email address and I'll send you the link and you can come on with me. If you can't do it this show, then I'll catch you on the next one. These are like candid conversations of things that are relevant. And the Pope, why is everybody talking about it so much? Is because number one, this is the first American Pope. Politically, it is a stir because we know the Pope is somebody of high influence and he is the leader of the Catholic Church, which they consider the mother church. Although those of us who are Christians, we are, well, I can't even use that term Christian no more because Catholics and other faiths like that consider themselves Christians too. But in the perspective, we are Protestants because we protest a lot of the things, rituals, and beliefs of the Catholic Church. And those are people who are Pentecostal evangelicals, Baptists, and those people on that perspective. All right. But let's just say, okay, thank you, Matt. I got you. Okay, you making your Mother's Day gifts. I got you. Oh, my niece Terry, she would be great to come on too. But because I want to hear other perspectives. But what's making this so unique is the whole world is watching. And this is one of the highest levels of influence. And what makes it even more significant is he is like a mixture of several different races. He's from a Creole descendants from the New Orleans area. He's originally, I think, came from Chicago in that area. He went and did missions for I think 20 years in Portuguese or Portugal, one of those foreign countries. He did heavy missions. He did groundwork. And those of you who've ever watched the movie The Conclave, it will tell you how the choice or the decision of the Pope is made. It is very, very well organized. It is very sacred and it is very secluded. They are how can I say it, excluded, or they are tucked away from the world so they won't know what's going on, and they're doing this for the amount of days that it takes for them to decide. The movie Conclave was very interesting to me, how organized it is, and also how in the movie how political it is too. It has a level of politics. Every religion, every denomination, if it is a denomination based on certain levels of ministry, such as archbishops. Okay, yeah. Okay, all right, Pastor Couch. I know you can hear me. I want you to text me your email address and I'm going to send you an invite to come on with me because I want to hear other perspectives. Hey, Denise, those of you who love the overflow, if I don't get to it tonight, I'll probably get to it tomorrow. I'll get to it tomorrow. And I appreciate the overflow. Thank God for all of y'all. But this is the podcast that I want to do, start kind of keeping it going because we need to talk about stuff that is relevant. I love prayer. Prayer is vital to us, and we need prayer. And prayer, as we say, prayer is working, and the righteous is winning. I think I'm going to bring on a guest in just a few minutes, but I wanted to just talk about this the Pope. I think I have his email. I think I got your email, Pastor Couch. Let me see if I can send you the invite right now. Those of you who are on and who are listening to me right now, can you do me a favor? Can you just type your thoughts about the Pope? Say, I think it's good, think it's going to be interesting, because I want to highlight some of your comments. What do you feel about this? Because this does affect us, whether you are Catholic or whether you are Protestant. Let's see. Okay. Thank you. All right, Pastor Couch. I'm going to send you this invite, and once you get it, just pop on in there. Okay, there you go. Y'all, he should be joining us soon. If not, then I'll probably catch him on the next one. But you should get it in just a few minutes, right? Love you, bro. I'm so super excited about him. Gwen, the one and only Gwen. Denise says this. Hey, Darlene, Hey, Simone, you let me know when you could come on. Let me know if you could come on today. If you home resting or if you home sitting around, send me your email because I want you to jump on real quick again. And I would love for you to be a one of my permanent guests. This is something new that I want to do. And this is to bring some relevancy to our spirituality. We got to understand there's a statement that is made in the spiritual realm or with spiritual people that says as above so beneath, and that's giving relevance to it, and it's kind of similar to what we believe in Christendom or as Protestants, that binding and loosing whatsoever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven, whatsoever you loose on earth will be loose in heaven. So that's just about the same. So Denise says she think it's good that he's American. Gwen said this, since I really have not put thought into the Pope. And that's like a lot of people. Simone, let me know if you can come in. If you can, text me your email address, and I can bring you on. Um, and a lot of people do feel like Gwen. They do feel like you because they feel like I'm not Catholic. It shouldn't affect me, or it ain't got nothing to do with me. But and that's not a bad thing, you know. But I do want people to be aware that the Pope has very, very, very major influence, not just on America, but on the whole world. So by him coming from the U.S., it is a high level of influence, and influence is very, very interesting. Hey, my Trudy, we just having a podcast discussion. Maddie says this, and those of you who have interesting things to say, I want you all to come on in as well. Says Maddie says, I believe it's going to be very interesting. For one, he is an American Pope. Number two, he has made a statement already, which leads me to believe that he will be for all. Yes. And he was very, very verbal about some of the things that were going on in the USA. So, even though we're not Catholic, we still have to keep our eyes and ears tuned to what is going on. The Catholic Church, for me, is filled with rituals. It is filled with so much interesting, because I don't want to say nothing negative, because this is a powerful podcast, a positive podcast. But I do want to hear everybody's thoughts. I want you to share your views as well, because this is affecting us. This is the world news. All right. The Catholic Church is rooted and grounded in a very interesting history. And that's all I'm gonna say. I'll come in another time and we'll break down the history of the okay. I got you, my Simone. I'll get you, my niece. I'll get your schedule, because I got to hear your words on some of these topics. Um uh okay, I got you, my love. Now, anybody else before we move to the next topic? And this next topic is a humdinger, but I wanted to get the Pope thing out of the way first. I'm gonna give my view. My view is I pray that he is an instrument of change. This is my thoughts. This is my prayer. That he will be, those of you who haven't seen the movie Conclave, I'm encouraging you to please go watch that movie, The Conclave. And it will give you so much more insight as to how the choice is made, and the how can I say, the influence that he has on not just the Catholic Church, but the whole world. All right, Pastor Couch, let me know if you've gotten that email, bro. Let me know. I think I sent it to you. The next thing is this. I want to hear your thoughts before I bring up this next topic. What do you feel about people who demonize everything? Y'all just share some your topic, the topic, Jesus, your comments, your thoughts. And when I say people who demonize everything, I'm talking about people who always think it's the devil, or always say, bind this, and we should bind and loose, because that's authority, that's a power that's given to us, especially those of us who are filled with the Holy Spirit, which is power. But oh, that devil attacked me today, or this, that, and have, and oh, don't go put no African mask in your house. If you go buy something from Africa, or don't bring that in. And then other people. Let me go to some other topics. What are some strange things that people will try to steer you from? Um, they will just say some certain things that'll try to keep you from doing it. Oh, don't like almost like superstition. Don't sweep that broom across my feet. Oh, like let me spit on it. Oh, this, that, and the other. All those things. And there are certain things that I don't believe we should demonize. Trudy, this was your thing with the Pope. I like that. I like your thoughts on the Pope. Trudy says there's going to be a very big change, spiritual rooms, spiritual room because of the Pope, and that is true. It changes. There's changes inevitable right about now. It's like God is taking us through a forced change. But what do you feel about some of these things that they um for example, just crazy stuff. Oh, my feet was hurting all day, and oh Lord, that was that devil. That devil got in my feet. Not telling people that you probably stood up for 12 hours in the wrong size shoes, or shoes that don't have no support. People who demonize everything, and it's real crazy that most of the things, or most people who demonize stuff, is a part of the black culture, in the black um in the black vein. Some everything we do is not a devil. Gwen says this, and I want to hear your thoughts. I think people do not take responsibility of what part they have played, and always says that the devil is busy, and that's the truth. And there are some people, Gwen, they give more power. Okay, thank you, Pastor Couch. They give more power to the devil than they do God. Now, Gwen, you have really said something that got my hamster spinning. Um, and this is the thing. If you have the Holy Spirit, and the Holy Spirit is the greatest power, it is the power of all powers. There's no other power greater than the Holy Spirit. Then I simply feel like this. I feel like I'm undefeated. Now there are things such as doorways to where you can bring on certain spiritual repercussions. But when I walk in the room and I'm walking in the authority of the Holy Spirit, then I become the greatest force in that room. And especially if there's another believer that's spirit filled, everything else is subject to us. One can chase 1,000, 2, 10,000. When we put our powers together, we become an unbeatable force. That's my thoughts, and that's my understanding. Bernadette McMillan says, I think that they are very unhappy with themselves. They're very, and that's true. That is true, Matt. Bernadette. Some people will do that, and it's the blame game. It's the blame game. My Trudy says this. Trudy says the things that are demonized are the things that we should do, and the things that are not demonized are the things that we should not do. Now, Trudy, you have said something that has that's really potent. And then too, Trudy, I'm gonna add to your statement. People demonize things that they don't understand. They will demonize something in a minute, and make it seem like the devil did it, or make it seem like it's just of an evil sort. And it's sad. It's sad because it shows limited growth, and it shows the silliness of what some people have passed down to generation, and what some people have deemed to be, how can I say, senseless. I mean, and then some people, like Trudy just say, should have paid more attention to it. All right. There's another thing that I'm going to cover. These topics that we're going to bring up on this PowerPoints podcast are going to be relevant topics that a lot of people don't like to talk about, too, such as um oh, I'm even struggling with saying it because I don't want to make some church people mad, but we got to talk about it. We do not talk about sexuality and religion. We do not talk about certain things such as financial planning, financial literacy. And I think we should have more sessions and more candid conversations, especially with our young people, when it comes to sexuality, when it comes to finances, when it comes to home buying and things of that nature, because we have a whole generation that's just out there, and I wish I had known more things. Hey, yeah, Darlene, I wish I had known a little more things in my younger state, but before I got in my 50s, and I think I would have been well advanced, a little more advanced, and I'm so great. I'm good about it. Nah, that's all I don't even. I'm lost for words on some of that because we just got to make ourselves better and stop being our own enemies. Trudy said, very true, because my ancestors were medicine women and medicine men, and they were demonized as witches and warlocks, and they lost their lives and land because of it. Now, Trudy, you are going to take me right to where I am going, because my aunts are powerful prophets and seers. And when people fail to realize that every seer, every prophet is totally different. And what we like to do is put people in brackets and put them in boxes and frames. And when it doesn't look like the frame that was presented to us or that we were taught, we'll be quick to demonize it as witchery or sorcery and stuff like that. Thus the Salem witch hunt. And that's the truth. The Salem witch hunt, anything that was different from them, or even if they had a different view from certain people, they would demonize them as a witch, and the consequences would be so vital. My aunts are powerful ladies, and for years before women became bishops, now before the thought or the commonality of having female bishops, they were female bishops in the early 80s, going into the 1990s and stuff like that. And so many pastors would say to us and write letters and do things and tell them that they were out of order for being female bishops. And then they would tell them that they were witches because of the way God would use them. And I would see my aunts still hold their head up in integrity and still do what God called them. But nobody wants to be demonized. Nobody wants to be picked on, especially when you're doing things to help people and when you're doing things in the name of the church. They even accused Jesus of being a devil, and Jesus had to tell them Satan's kingdom is not divided. So this brings me to my next topic. I'm hoping my brother can get on. If not, I'm gonna have to put him on the next one. But here it is. Here it is. The movie Sinners. I don't know how many of you all have seen the movie, but this movie has caused quite a stir, especially in the church, especially amongst those that are they say spiritual or anointed or whatever. But the movie, I had not seen it yet, but I have watched some of the spoiler alerts. I am not a person that watch horror movies or scary movies, as we say. But I've heard several people who have saw it, several people who do not watch horror movies. They went and saw it, and they said, Dwight, is not like that. It's not what you think. It is rooted and grounded in a whole lot of Black culture, from spirituality to artistry, from music to the rural South and doing the certain areas. They said the movie tells a powerful story about the culture of a people, whether you know it or not. There is a stir and a rise that's happening in Black culture, not just in the USA, but if you notice that the African countries are taking a major stand against certain things that has happened to them all the years. There are at least 3 African countries that are uniting in their efforts to bring the continent of Africa together. There's an awakening, there's an arising that's happening, and this is not just happening in Africa, this is also happening here in the USA. Trudy says this movie was good and had so many different spiritual awakening messages behind it. And she don't watch horror movies either. But she said the movie was good. Is it anybody else on here saw the movie? I want to hear your concepts and your understanding of it. I am going to see it, and I'm gonna go with an open mind and an open concept. I know I have the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit lives in me, and I got a great connection between the Holy Spirit and the God that I serve. So everything with me is gonna be fine because he's the captain of my soul. Um, Yeah, Gwen. Gwen said, "Yes, I heard the word vampire, and I pump brakes. Now, after your insight of what you heard, I will indeed watch. I'm going with an open concept, Gwen. I'm going to watch it. There's a great guy. Let me see if I can find. He did a wonderful review on the amount of culture that is in this movie. I haven't seen it, but based on him, it's going to deal with black people and how they struggled to become business owners, how they struggled to thrive in a community that did not allow them to thrive. So there were rules, regulations that they had to abide by, that yet still they had to work underground. And it's going to show the culture of different people in every black community that had somebody that represented it. Um, Trudy said, "Yes, I prayed before watching it and anointed myself and Scotty." So you and Scotty went to see it together. All right. So Gwen, I am going to go view it, but I'm going to go view it from a culture perspective and a gifted perspective. Um, I can't forget the name. Oh God, there. Oh, as much as I was saying it, the name, but there it talks about the power of music and how our ancestors throughout the years have used that power in so many ways. The power of music in so many ways to influence our culture, to influence our beginnings and things of that nature. So I just wanted to bring those two things and talk about the Pope. I wanted to talk about the movie Sinners. I got to get out of here. I just want to come on and I want to hear your thoughts on these trending things that are going on. I'm going to pop in on some other times and locations and bring in some people ahead of time. I know that this was um, just a pop up segment, but we need to be relevant to what's going on around us. Pop culture plays a very vital role in the spirit. Pop culture is the spirit, the culture, the let's say the atmosphere that is going on now. Pop culture will tell you a lot of the about the temperature that's happening in the world, in your communities, in your neighborhoods, and with this generation. So you can't ignore pop culture, especially if you're a spiritual person or if you are a anointed person. You can't ignore that because pop culture is indeed what is happening in the now. All right. So I wanted to say that to this. Trudy says this. What you said, Trudy. Pay close attention. Okay. So when I go, I gotta pay close attention, pay very close attention because every part of the movie is connected to something. I don't want to tell you. Okay, Trudy. You ain't gotta tell me, but I don't watch so many of these how can I say review people on it. I think I'm kind of got. I think I've seen it in my mind, so now I got to let what I've seen in my mind play out in the theater. But I am intrigued. I just saw the movie Wicked. Now, Trudy, I would love to see Wicked, but I ain't got to. That's sitting for 2 hours. I don't know if I can handle that because I got it on my streaming service and I could look at it. But she said, I just saw Wicked and that has a powerful message. Wicked actually was, I'm not trying to be super deep, but Wicked kind of actually was prophetic because it's talking about the difference between the races. One girl was green and deemed to be horrific, ugly, and all this other stuff. Another girl was beautiful and fair skinned and all this other stuff. And she deemed to be wonderful, wonderful, but she befriend. This is the essence of Wicked. Now I'm a theater person because Wicked actually was a musical, and then they made it into a movie. And from the essence of it is they developed a type of friendship. Wicked is supposed to also tell you what happened before Dorothy got to Oz, or what led her to come to Oz. So Wicked is like the backstory of Oz. So Trudy says it's a musical, but it has something else. I'll just tell you this. It is us and them. They not like us. All right, Trudy. I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you real good. And this is the dialogue I want to have with future podcasts. So thank you guys for giving me the best part of you. I appreciate you. Thank you. I got to get ready for an event that I got to go to. I got to be there around about 4:15. If not, they're gonna chop my head off. So, thank you for sharing this with me. Just share this with other people. The podcast is normally on the YouTube channel, and I just decided to share it on my Facebook channel today. So I need everybody to do me a huge favor. Go and join the YouTube channel, Dwight Follins. Join it, and then afterwards, I'm going to separate that and put it back. Give the podcast its own channel, but I need to build up a momentum. Simone, get your schedule ready, because your uncle gonna need you, because I want to hear perspectives from different generations. I'm in my 50s. I want to hear what the 40s and the 30s and the 20s got to say about some of this stuff that's going on, because they are actually living history. This stuff, I would have never thought that we'd be dealing with this type of leadership in the government. All right. Thank you, Gwen. Gwen says, thank you. Have a beautiful weekend. Make it great. I say the same thing to you. Thank you, Trudy, for your dialogue. Thank you, each and every person that came on to give me their thoughts and their just ideas of what we talked about. Yeah, Maddie. And Maddie, I want to hear your perspective too. So some of you all will be getting invite links, because I want y'all to come in. You guys make me who I am. All right. And love you. And I got to say this, I am venturing out on a new business venture. I've received like 5.5 hours of training to do a new thing that I'm going to be doing. Darlene says, happy Mother's Day, ladies. So she said, happy Mother's Day to all the ladies. Same to you, Darlene. All of you all. We salute all the women on tomorrow. But stay tuned, making an announcement. Those of you who are health conscious, I'm starting a new business. Scientis means health in Latin. And there's so many health things that I want to do, from meditation to herbal teas, special vitamins, and certain things, because I do believe that it's now time for some of us to get off some of these medicines and allow our bodies to heal themselves. Those of you who are interested in cosmetic work and things of that nature, I'm encouraging that too. Some people just need a little help. They need a little nudge. All right. So pray for me, because I'm praying for you. All of us need to be working on 7 streams. Those of you who are listening, I need you to type that in as we get ready to log off. 7 streams. That's it. That's all I'm going to say. 7 streams. I want 7 streams coming to me. I want while I'm sleeping, I need my bank account to start expanding. And yeah, Gwen is an entrepreneur. And I'm saying that to say this. Now, I wasn't gonna do this on this podcast, but I got to. Please make note, like I said, of what's going on in pop culture. We now have a leader, or we have people in leadership that love money, which means money is going to be a high energy. Money is going to be a high source. You hear me? And I believe God, and I know that the word is true, that the wealth of the wicked is laid up for the just. But you got to get in the areas where the money is circulating. Money is called currency. So those of you who have skills, those of you who have abilities, get in the current, and God will allow the money that the evil people set up to flow and to filter down to those of us who are in the right place. The man who received the miracle sitting at the pool, he still had to be somewhere near the pool. You know what I mean? He couldn't be at his house wanting to get the miracle. He still had to be somewhere near the pool. The woman that received, there's one miracle in the Bible to where nobody was healed, no demon was cast out. This miracle affected a person's money, and that's the woman with the little bit of oil. When the prophet said, what's in your house? She said, all I have is a little bit of oil. The prophet said, go borrow vessels. That's investments. Go borrow vessels, borrowing. Give me this, and I'm gonna give it back. Give me this. I'll get it back to you. I'll probably get it back to you better than how you gave it to me, or with something in it. That's investing, and that's circular. That's dealing with economics. He said, go borrow vessels. Borrow means I'm gonna give those vessels back. Then I'm not gonna keep them. pour oil in all those vessels. He said, just keep pouring. He says, and then sell the oil, pay your debts, and live off the rest. So that is speaking to us economically. With this leadership that loves money, God is going to use their evil plot and plan so that we will live in homes that we didn't build, that we will obtain their building. When God sends his righteousness, his judgment, and all those things are going to have to come down just for us. It won't always be like this. You know, and it's so important for us to get in the vein. It's so important for us to get in the vein, you guys. If you grow stuff, if you sow stuff, if you, like Gwen, she's a printer. If you can do anything of that nature, work it. Work it. I've met so many people who finally written their books and done their books. Now, some people are cheating. They're using Chat GBT and AI to do their book. Hey, but hey, at least they got something in their name. So let's make it work. All right, Gwen said, yes, money is important, but I know it will be discussed. Nothing is free but salvation. And you are right. And even with salvation, Jesus paid a price. You hear me? So we're so grateful for that. I love you guys. God bless you. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for tuning in. Stay tuned for the next PowerPoints podcast where we talk about relevant things that are happening now and how they affect us, how they influence us, and how they leave us with an impact. Christina McCullough, before I log off, I like what you said. Because of pop culture, I remember when popular singer Sinead O'Connor spoke out against the Pope on SNL in 1992. That's the year I graduated from high school. After that, her singing career changed drastically. Well, since then, I knew how important, and that's the truth. People do not know that influence matters. There's power with influence. All right. I love y'all. Gotta go right now. All right. Have a wonderful Saturday. Make sure you do something for yourself. Thank you, Christina, for saying that, because that is so true. That is so true. So on these podcasts, I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear your concepts of certain things. They're not going to be long, like 30 minutes and all that. So stay tuned for the next one. Love you. Good night, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your day.